Cheska. We've got another Ignite debut now, Norman Piotrowski. And he's, I do beg your pardon. How to do the most good we can.
Okay, well, has it started yet? Okay. Hi, my name is Norman, and I tend to ask myself the question, how can I do the most good I can, including with this speech? And if you ask yourself that question as well, or at least think it's interesting, I guess you would also agree that it's important, right? So it's important enough to think about it rationally, but what is actually rationality? So I nicked this off the dictionary website. The rationality is the quality of making decisions based on clear thought and reason is the ability to think and make judgments, especially based on practical facts. That was pretty quick. So how rational are we based on these definitions? Not very much. Don't bother reading through all those. Those are types of biases that we're prone to. My favorite two ones are scope neglect, which basically means whether it's 100,000 or 100 million, we literally don't know the difference. And G.I. Joe fallacy, just the fact that you're aware of something doesn't mean you're immune to it. So what's a practical example of biases? So when addressing HIV or AIDS, there are 5 most common ways. What is the most effective approach, biases aside, right? So let's look at the data. I'm a data science student. So you'll see a chart now. And basically, years of life saved per $1,000, if you were measured it that way, surgical treatment is the least effective, whereas education for high-risk groups, by far the most, even compared to condom distribution, right? So that's a cause area. That's a practical example. What about people? You might think that a doctor is impactful, right? If you had a town or a city of 100,000 people, it turns out that basically their impact kind of tops is optimal at 100 doctors per that city, with each one each doctor more, their impact is basically close to none. What about more impactful doctors? Dr. David Nallen devised oral rehydration treatment and basically treated cholera and saved millions of lives. So he's probably impactful, right? What about another one? Dr. Karl Landstein, I probably butchered it, but in the 1900s, he helped distinguish the main blood groups and basically allowed for safe blood transfusion. So he's probably impactful as well, right? Probably saved some lives at least. But then there's this random Soviet guy, right? He was a lieutenant who basically detected, his systems kind of detected a nuclear missile launch from the US, and the system said to kind of respond, and he refused in 1984. And as you can see, there is no comparison whatsoever how many lives he saved. Not a chance, right? But basically, he said about 1 billion. So there's, global health, nuclear war, important issues, right? And there's plenty more. So easy to get overwhelmed. There's global poverty, there's climate change, there is food security, pandemics, all those issues, and so many more. And it's so easy to get overwhelmed. And as you may remember, the G.I. Joe fallacy, just because we're aware of something, we're not immune to it. If you think AI is scary, in 2020, there was about 40,000 researchers making AI more capable. And I don't know if you heard about Sora or Claude 3 recently. They're better than ChatGPT. And around 300 researchers making it safer. So that's pretty scary, right? But because we're aware of it, I would make the claim that we're in the best position to do good in history. And everyone can make an impact, including yourself, or most importantly, yourself and myself. So how do we actually go about doing that, besides giving speeches? Basically, if you have a household income of around £50,000, so 2 adults and 1 child, if you have an average income with A-levels, you are in the richest 8.7% of the global population, and your income is 6.6 times higher than the global median. If you were to donate 10% of that income post-tax, so $5,000 in donations, you're still in the top 10% of the richest people, and your income is still 6 times the global median. So you're not doing too bad, right? And what do you do actually with that money? What do you achieve? Basically, you save yearly over 1 life, statistically speaking, 1.2 healthy lives. And you can actually put in your own numbers on a website called Giving What We Can, How Rich Am I? And kind of play around with it. So money is one resource, but actually I'd make the claim that time is possibly your biggest resource. 80,000 hours is the amount of time that you spend in your job if you work a 9 to 5 after graduating until you retire. And potentially, that is the most important resource that you have, as I said. And that way of thinking is known as effective altruism. As you can see by the t-shirt, there is a global community behind it, a network of professionals, events, conferences, books, Well, there are also local communities. And pull out your phone app or like QR scanner. And I came here kind of to talk to you about effective altruism in Liverpool. So basically, if you scan it, what you're going to see is our WhatsApp group. You can join it. There's a freshly created professionals group. And also, you can get a free book, as well as a few other links with our events. I do appreciate that you're probably not going to get the chance to scan the QR code, but we have a lovely group over there. And I'm pointing at Richie right now. He'll probably kind of lift his hand. So feel free to chat to us, and let's do the most good we can. And thank you for your time.
Oh, there's so many really nice, positive talks tonight. It's very apt. It's our 50th edition.